All right, welcome back to the 80 Star Basketball Channel, the only star basketball channel where we're going to do something a little different today. I actually was thinking there's all these little things that I've figured out in my past about a year and a half, kind of being heavy into star. And these little things that I've just picked up along the way, and some are not little, some are actually kind of cool things, and especially for a beginner to know. But even for some non-beginners, I've kind of gotten info or heard some things here and there, and I thought I would share five things today that just kind of in no order, except for I'm going to save the biggest, most controversial for last. And that I will give a little spoiler. It kind of involves this CK26. So for those of you thinking that this is the first card, you might want to watch this video and see one thing a little birdie told me that made a whole lot of sense, as far as which card is first. But I'm definitely going to get there. But so just some interesting. So this is going to be just some star education. A lot of you, regular star folks know a lot of this stuff, but kind of condensing it. If you don't know much, hopefully this will be a pretty cool episode. And if I get anything wrong in this, please let me know in the comments. Just put in a correction, or if you have anything to add, go ahead and add it in. But um, first, I'm going to start with saying that little housekeeping. Adam hasn't responded yet. We were going back and forth, and then when I got back, I sent him an email kind of late, and he hasn't responded to that for the interview from Basketball Card Fanatic magazine. So hopefully we get together and talk on the 101 cover story that he had. So I'd like to do that, but we'll see if it happens. But I will keep you apprised. I thought that we were going to do that this week sometime, and then I was going to get that video out today, but that didn't happen. So I'm going with some other cool stuff here. So let's start off this Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan has a basketball card, and you're like, no, that is obviously not a basketball card. So I have this on my uncut sheet. So I thought this was interesting that on my uncut sheet that I have, for the last 11, it has a white border because it's in the last 11, the Jordan rookie, or the last 11 rookie of the years, and Jordan's in that. And it has this white border, and this card's just random. Star will do that on their uncut sheets. They'll just have random cards. And I will talk about this in a second, but kind of like that's how the Koch Moncrief was born. And like you'll just have this card that all of a sudden just stands out. And the Lanier, for those of you who know, that Lanier Marquez Johnson short print error is like one of these random cards that are just stuck in the middle of something where it doesn't belong. And it's just really, really odd. But anyway, Nolan Ryan has a basketball card. Look, on the back of the card is the NBA's Player Association with NBA properties on it. So this is just an really interesting card. It's on the sheet. It's so out of place. It doesn't even have a logo because it's not major league licensed. So that's why the logo is missing. So I just think this is really, really cool. Just Nolan Ryan for having a star card, but he's got a basketball card because he's apparently licensed with the NBA Players Association. So I thought that was interesting, kind of fun. So the second thing that I want to move on to is just four rare bags in Star, and what they are. And again, if I'm missing one, please let me know. But I love this picture. I got this from someone that the Star uncut sheet, or the best of the old, the uncut sheet. But this is the rarest bag of all, and it has the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up top. But I wanted to show all of them, but this has the rarest bag at less than 440, and I've done a video on this. But this is the rarest bag. The rarest base set bag is actually the Dallas Mavericks, which I've talked about before. And this one is just really, really cool. Love this bag. This has a high demand because of the fact it is a base set. To complete the 83 base set, you need this bag. So I thought that was it's just part of the bags that are cool. Another that gets high priced now, and I think I saw this go around 6,000, 5 or 6,000, is this Court Kings variant. And I use this to show this is the Mark Aguirre variant. The Mark Aguirre up top is the rare variant of the actual bag you will see more often with Larry Bird shooting in the Court Kings. So for the 85, 86 Court Kings bag, Larry Bird's there quite a bit more often, but on the ones that are variant, you actually will see Mark Aguirre, and those demand a big premium. This was back in February to look at this sale price that the bag still, even in September, just matched. And again, this bag I think I saw going for around 5 to 6. I think I saw the asking price 7, but I'm not sure. Another rare bag is the Denver Police bag. So this is a variant from the All-Star game. From what I understand, this is the same cards, but it's a variant with Denver Police. So this bag, though, is hard to find and kind of goes for around a couple thousand, I think. So I thought these 4 bags I would discuss. I just kind of picked this up as I was going along. It's like, I think there's 4 bags that are kind of rare and hard to find. I'm not talking the most expensive. I'm just talking about kind of rare bags that are out there. So it just little fun facts there. The other thing I kind of figured out this year was that I'd done the videos on the Koch Moncrief and what is the rarest star card. And what's funny to me, and I've actually sold a couple and even a Lanier recently, and what I'm seeing is that they for was it basketball card or starbasketballcards.com kind of talked about this, and Basketball Gold, they reference the Lanier, the Air cards, and they reference the rare cards. And the Koch, they think that the Lanier Arena might be the rarest one, or this one. What I'm finding out as far as selling, this Moncrief is much rarer, or the demand is double to triple the Lanier demand. That's just a personal observation. When I go to sell, the Koch Moncrief sells almost instantly raw, or a low grade, twice the price is something that I see Lanier selling for, in a PSA 7 or whatnot. So this kind of seems to me to kind of like be the rare card. And that's just something that I've picked up and noticed. So if anyone, disagrees with that, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you think. This is just my, again, just kind of picking this up in the observation. The other thing that I've learned is that on the 101 multiple cuts, there's 2 kind of main cuts, but I've noticed there's about 3 cuts for this card. This card can get cut so many different ways, it seems, or slightly variants, but there's 2 main cuts for this card. And I want to say this is the most common. I'm going to call it a mid. I've never heard of a name for it, but I'm just going to call it that because, and I'll explain in a second, you'll see why. It's kind of the medium size where you kind of have there's definitely thicker up top and you have thin on the bottom. Sometimes you get a little bit bigger, but this is about kind of what you're seeing in a mid. It's about this size. I don't know the exact measurements of it. Don't have it. I'm going to sit and give it a ruler. But this is about, the mid-size ones that I see most often. The second one, or the second most common one, but this one is actually rare to find, is a full size. And this will be your full size standard card, 3x5. And if you look at the difference, it's obviously thicker up top and even thicker up bottom. So the measurements are higher than mid. But again, this is the one I see most often, but anyone else can chime in with their thoughts. The third is a factory short. I've now seen a bunch of these, and they're not as prevalent as the full size, and definitely not as much as the mid. But you will find these that have a thin top and a thin bottom. So they do have these, but as you can see, they do grade. That it's not miscut. It's not this was the way they wanted them cut. But why, I don't know. Why they did three different sizes, I don't know. So if anyone knows the answer to that, or anyone has insight, I would love to hear it, because that to me is just really odd that there's so many cuts and they all grade. So I would find that difficult for how to figure out on a top and trimming and all that. So it's just kind of interesting to look at the sizing differentials between these. But I have noticed they do all grade, and it's just the different cuts of what you'll find. So that was kind of something I learned along the way. The next one, and the final one, I'm going to make this a fairly kind of blow through all these. I might do a video on all those bags, but the next one that I do want to talk about, and the controversial one, and this isn't really. This one comes with controversy in the fact that people want this to. A lot of people, they have this desire for this to be the rookie card, which again I do not agree with. But that just being it's a subset card. It's also a 5x7. Can it be the first card? That's just totally up to, was it the first card made? Well, there's one glaring weakness with that. When people say this was the first card, it's not known, and Steve Taft tends to believe it's not. And here is kind of the proof in the pudding of why it would be, I think, impossible for this to be A, released earlier, but B, even tied for the 101 being released at the same time, even. Because notice this picture in this, the 101 was released in March of 85. So if this was released in March, and from what I understand, it was early March of 85, well, if you notice, this picture was taken from the All-Star game, which was February 11th. So that means that they would have only had a couple of weeks to produce, cut, and distribute this card. And Star was known for being in Levin was notoriously slow. So the it would deem almost impossible for their release when they released it out, which would have been Series 2, for them to release this. That doesn't make any sense that they would do a special release for this card. They would get it printed after February 11th, be able to manufacture, cut it, bag it, and distribute it before the 101 was released. So I can't even see how that is possible, unless again someone chime in. I have no dog in this fight. I don't care. If it came out first, great. It came out first. I'm not trying to prove a point, but I am trying to give information that someone pointed out to me who was there at the time, and he said, hey, "No, there's no way this came out. Most likely, this was released in Series 3." So and I believe that was June or July of 85. I think it was July of 85. So, yeah, you just almost can't, it couldn't have been possible almost to release it at the same time, and totally impossible almost to release it right before, unless all of a sudden, there was something special about it. But, that Levin was going overtime, working day and night. But again, that just lends itself to seeing that the 101 was actually the first NBA license card of Michael Jordan, and the true rookie card right there. So call it a rookie, call it this if that's your desire to do so. Again, I don't see how that could be as a subset, and again, a lot of people don't collect 5x7s. And it's not that a measurement should actually be the determination of the rookie card, but a lot of people would have a hard time with that. But just an amazing card. This card I actually love now, and it's just one of my favorite Jordan cards, as it is for a lot of you. So, not bashing on it, not trying to do anything that's saying, hey, this card is anything but the greatness it is. However, for it to be distributed first, it just doesn't seem factually possible. So that's just things I've learned and information I've picked up. I hope you guys enjoyed this couple of these interesting tidbit fun facts, and I will see you at the next video.